You already know why it's so important to smell good. You know that smelling bad can cost you talking to the girl you like, or even make your own friends not want to hang out with you. So why do you keep neglecting the way that you smell? Or let's say you don't even smell bad. But if you are not doing anything to make yourself smell great, then you will not be as memorable. So let's make sure that you smell the best that you have ever had, especially in the summer. The first thing we gotta do is shower. Now look, I always have preferred night showers, but now I force myself to shower as soon as I'm done working out. Now that's different for everybody because I prefer to work out in the mornings. So as soon as I'm done with that, I hit the shower, and you have to scrub deep and everywhere. I don't really want to paint that picture for you, so let's be real. It's awkward, and I'm really not comfortable with teaching you how to properly shower. But let's just make it simple. Scrub the areas that are problematic. You know what I'm talking about. And when it comes to shower scents, I keep it as neutral or as natural as possible. So if you go in the shower and you see scents like bubblegum or anything weird, you need to toss that out. For one, all those heavily fragranted scents contain alcohol, which is pretty bad for your skin. And for two, it is not going to mix well with all the other scents that we're going to be talking about in this video. So if you really insist in using something fragranted, try to go with something like eucalyptus, sandalwood. Again, you get the picture. Now, I've always preferred night showers, and if you really insist on taking 2 showers, one in the morning and one at night, have one shower that's more calm, more relaxed, and have the other shower preferably in the morning or after your workout, or whenever you feel like you really need it to do that deep scrub that we were talking about earlier. And something that's a huge help is, let's say you hop out the shower and you're ready to go to bed. Apply deodorant before you even go to bed. Remember, the whole point is to prevent any bad scents in the first place. And a lot of times, if you're sleeping, sometimes you may get hot. You're gonna build up odor and bacteria on your armpits. And because you didn't apply any cologne, you're gonna wake up smelling bad. And I'm pretty generous with the deodorant that I put on. Like I said, I apply some before I go to sleep, when I wake up, and before I head out. I always make sure that I have deodorant, even down to it being part of my everyday carry inside my backpack. I've always preferred native, but use whatever you want. All right, now that we got the prevention out of the way, this is where most people stop. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Most people are okay with just the fact that they don't smell bad. But if you take the extra step to make sure that you are smelling better than everybody else, this is how you become truly memorable. And this is how you're really gonna stand out in the summer. And it all starts with picking the perfect cologne. Now, I will say a million times, but the best cologne for the summer is something fresh, aquatic, and aromatic. And let me tell you, I have plenty of options, and plenty of which that you could choose from for yourself. I am a huge fan of Blue de Chanel. This one is very popular, but for a good reason. This one will last you all day and is versatile enough to go with you anywhere. Aqua de Gio Profundo is also one of my top 5 colognes for the summer. Very aquatic, very fresh. This one is a huge compliment getter in my collection. Lately, Coach Open Road has been one of my favorites among the list, just because it's not a cologne that you see every day. The other 2 colognes, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, you are probably gonna find a few other guys who are wearing these. But Coach Open Road, since it's more new and not as mainstream, it's definitely a good option if you want something that not a lot of other guys are wearing. Now, as far as notes goes, these have been a little bit more similar, and that fresh and aquatic vibe is very popular when it comes to summer fragrances. So let's give you an option that's more sweet and therefore something that not a lot of other guys would even think to wear. I'm gonna recommend Mont Blanc Legend Spirit because it's a sweeter, more vanilla type of fragrance, which, being completely honest, I know a lot of girls that say they prefer these kinds of fragrances above all else. So if you have any dates planned, which honestly by the end of this video, we'll probably have a few, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is a good option. Now, I used to always say that with colognes, I would go 3 to 5 sprays max because these are not as strong. I've honestly been going a lot more than that just to make sure that it is going to last me all day. Now, another pro tip that I think is extremely underrated is to use them on your hot spots, which radiate the most heat. And for this, your neck, chest, arms, and wrists are going to be the best option. And to take it even a step further than that, you could use unscented lotion to go on top of this, so that way the cologne is sticking to the lotion rather than just your skin. Just makes it last a little bit longer. And honestly, from experience, this has gotten me more compliments. Another thing you could do is have mini versions of these colognes, so that way you can have it as a pick-me-up if you want to keep that in your backpack or anything else. Another thing you have to watch out for is making sure that your breath does not smell bad. And having good minty breath is another way that you can make sure that you are smelling good this summer. As always, let's start off with prevention. The main reasons why your breath will smell bad is because you have a dirty tongue and dirty mouth. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but you have to start taking better care of your mouth. For one, I think the most night and day difference is when I swap to an electric toothbrush rather than just a normal one. It does a way better job of cleaning my teeth in half the time. Also, investing into to tongue scrapers, which one of the smallest investments you can make, because these are literally like $5 at Target, to make sure that no bacteria and odor is being caught on your tongue, which is very problematic. Not a lot of guys realize that, is going to make sure that your breath does not smell bad. And of course, the most obvious one is always making sure that you have gum in hand or something like Altoids or any types of mints. Now, the next step to making sure that you smell good is having clean clothes, which I know should go without saying, but you'd be surprised how many guys do not realize when their clothes smell bad. The worst thing you could do is do all of the things that I was talking about in this video just to go ruin it by putting on a dirty shirt that smells bad. So wash your clothes when needed, and especially if you're an excessive sweater, wash your clothes better. I like to use odor sprays on the armpits because, let's be real, even sometimes I forget to put on deodorant, and whenever that odor goes into your shirts, it could leave you in a really bad position when you want to go out. So clean these good, clean them right, and again, it's going to make you smell just that much better. Now with these tips, you are probably going to be amongst the 10% of the guys who smell the best. And here is something that a lot of guys like to forget. You have to make sure that your entire area stays fresh and smelling good as well, which means your room cannot smell like a gym locker room. One of the biggest issues I've always had was coming home after a workout, throwing my clothes on the ground, and that odor would linger into everything in my room. And I'm gonna be honest with you, my room smelled horrible. So picking up some Febreze or anything you need to do. I personally have been a huge fan of candles. I don't know if you can tell, but they've been in the background of my videos here and there. Or if you have a car, you gotta make sure that your car also doesn't smell bad. So as long as you're keeping yourself and your area clean and smelling good, you're going to be a lot more memorable, and this summer will be a great one for you. And if you want to make sure that you have the right clothes to go along with everything, here's a video showing you the 10 items that you need for this summer.